Hello, everyone. My name is Annette Bittner. I'm the product line manager here for Eucast Global at Power Intel, and I'd like to welcome you to this webinar. Thank you, Lockhard and White, for joining us. George, I'll let you take it away.
Okay, well, first of all, what we want to be able to do is show our partnership with Power Intel, and I'll turn it over to Gus. And I'm George Selekman, Vice President at Eucast Global. Go ahead, Gus.
Great. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Gus Vasilakis. I'm the Vice President of Business Development for Power Intel. And before you, we have a slide that really talks about our strategy from what we call core to door, right? And we have an opportunity here to introduce a number of platforms. Today, we're going to be focusing on wireless access with our partner, Eucast Global. But over the last 18 months to 20 months, we have been building up a portfolio that allows us to help consultant engineering firms in our customer base to look at access layer networks all the way through the core infrastructure and many of the applications that run in the core that keep the systems and infrastructure in place. Again, today the focus is on Eucast Global, but just a couple of the notary peers of Eucast in our lineup include Sienna and Juniper, Adtran for their infrastructure products, and most recently we've added Radisys and have a long-term partnership with the Fujitsu platform. So adding Eucast gives us a fixed mobile wireless solution and a mobility solution that George is here to talk to you. We thank you for the opportunity and feel free to reach out to us with any questions. Go ahead, George.
Thank you so much, Gus. Today, I wanted to go through an overview since you all are brand new to Eucast, and wanted to just let you know we are a manufacturer of everything I'm going to show you today. So we can not only have developed product, but we also can, through engineering and design work, we can actually address any need out there. So our whole tagline is we can connect you anytime, anywhere. Eucast Global has been around for over 11 years. $200 million have been invested to date, and we'll show you more about that. But again, we're all about providing complete solution from the base stations, 5G, 4G, LTE, CBRS, and even beyond. So our focus right now is about providing that complete solution for what we see in the United States: expansion of broadband, network for private network for all. A lot of private network opportunities are popping up now. We can go into that. And connecting assets and IoT enablement and support. And if we don't use our core, we can pretty much tie into a lot of other cores that are out there by multiple manufacturers and extend the last mile. And certainly from our mobility solutions, we can address emergency and disaster networking, and we're very much tied into already providing O-RAN products out there. Again, complete solution set with the base stations, network management, and proprietary core. Just to show you some of the rich history we have from beginning stages all the way where we are right now in 2024-25 is, there's just a lot of things going on in Asia that have proven out the technology and the product sets we have, again, throughout Asia and beyond. We're seeing a lot of military applications with a lot of different governments out there, and the ability to not only provide these solution sets in fixed wireless capabilities, but also mobile, but also ship and with drones. So I'll show you more about that. As you can see here, we established Eucast Global in 2022 through a Department of Commerce program. And we're very much, again, going into deploying and building out our rich product portfolio with O-RAN and 6G. Just to give you a snapshot here, again, we have proven technology, and the stability of our product is one of our and cost effectiveness is one of our huge advantages that we have out throughout the global marketplace right now. And certainly going and addressing needs in the public and private network that we can not only take from experiencing successes in in Asia, we now are seeing that the U.S. has a huge marketplace here that we can take what we have successes, expertise, and bring that here, such as in military, utilities, smart applications such as smart cities and farming, and also healthcare. We recently had an award with ITRI for outstanding software and service technology for small sales and commercial use. ITRI is the same thing as like our DARPA here in the U.S., and they've done a lot to support the development of our products and also being able to provide our monetary and scientific and intelligent support also. 48 patent and patent pending. So I just want to make sure you all know that there's a lot of R&D in this product set and solution set, and also we're very FCC certified for our 4G and CBRS, and 5G's in the works. So when we look at things and we talk to folks, instead of just going directly into the technology, we start from a consultative perspective and try to find out and define what the use cases are that are driving what people want for their networks. And certainly a private network, we'll go into more what that means as opposed to the carrier supplied networks. But since Lockhard and White is very much involved with mission critical infrastructure deployments and your engineering and consulting services thereof, we saw that utility companies and also oil and gas and other infrastructure. So we're just putting down here a list of what we see in the marketplace, and especially we also have IoT background. So we know these are the types of use cases that people need, certainly from utility companies and pretty much across the board is asset tracking, field service communications, the fleet management, meter reading, even grid management capabilities, and having the deployment of sensors out there for whatever functionality they're supporting. We can provide the data transport over our cellular network that we set up. Emergency management, we can go into that, but highly mobile capabilities to provide communications anytime, anywhere, and then be operable with satellite, fiber optics, what have you, to also provide internet connectivity. And certainly oil and gas, having sensors and access point all over the topology of a gas field or oil field. We just find that cellular capability, collapsing the Wi-Fi network and providing cellular coverage gives you so much more, not only ease of maintenance, but also ease of administration management, but have the ability to tie in a lot of different devices and users, video and voice. So from our perspective, what is a Eucast private network? After we have a discussion with folks in regards to what their use cases are, the main thing is that you now get to own and operate your own mobile network, if you will, or cellular network, as opposed to relying on the mobile carrier, which effectively you're paying them on a monthly basis. So if you look at how much you're paying year over year, you can pretty much pay for the CapEx side of building out your own private network. And the other good part about this is we get to utilize our core, which actually has the ability to support and access different spectrum out there and manage the connectivity. So CBRS, I think we talked about CBRS, and you guys are very familiar with that you can have either a PAL license or a GAA capability. So therefore, you don't have to pay any carrier costs going forward. The way we've built our systems, we made them so they're durable, especially for exterior and mobile solutions. In compact, we pretty much integrate the RU, CU, and DU all together in one form factor, and using the latest and greatest chipsets from, let's say, Qualcomm or what have you. So we have indoor and outdoor capabilities plus mobility. From a security perspective, everything has to be authenticated via SIM or eSIM, and that provides you the ability to fully manage and also be able to understand who your users are, what the devices are, and you can turn people on and off at any time. Same time, when you have multiple agencies, you can have multiple agencies in this network, and they can have their own channel, or they can access full channel to be able to communicate together. I think our lower cost aspects of our equipment, as opposed to wanting or having AT&T, Verizon, T-Mo provide expansion and new infrastructure, which costs very expensive. They're very fiber oriented, so we feel this way you can get up and running, rapidly deployable, and be able to support your users and devices and what you have from an IoT perspective, and be able to support that and be very scalable. Again, private networking, you're going to other spectrums other than what the public carriers are using. So we do fully support 700 megahertz, 900 megahertz, and CBRS. So with that, we are able to support a lot of different capabilities such as GPS, and we have the ability to integrate with drones, either being on board on a drone or collect information coming from a drone, asset management, autonomous vehicles, all the way to augmented reality. Okay, so with that, here's our product portfolio right now and the different technologies. So from our perspective, we pretty much have everything covered indoor, outdoor. So LTE base stations, LTE 5G CBRS base stations, indoor, outdoor, and then 5G base stations, GNOB capabilities with advanced technology. In fact, the sub 6 gigahertz indoor has, I believe, 7 cores on the computer system that's on board there from Qualcomm. In the middle there is a combination of what we have for network in a box in different form factors. We just launched out the first EPNR 2000, which is a 5G based base station, which is fully integrated, where you not only have your network, your core, your EMS, and also your radios capabilities all in one form factor. So each one of those form factors there are either going to be on somebody's backpack. You go out in the field, turn it on, walk away from it, and now you have support for 100 people anywhere from 1 to 2 mile radius. The other form factors also are there to provide that same capability, but be on board in a truck, in a car, or even on a drone. So, and then we also have that as for LTE and CBRS capabilities. So again, from a mobility perspective, backpack, car, truck, SUV, or ship mountable. And along with that, our having been a full manufacturer, we also do a lot of R&D and development, product development for our standard base software, which is all based on the standard 3GPP, all right, which is international in scope. So from our standpoint, that first we start with our element management system that does your management, administration, tying into different all the devices, the radios, and even other cores. And then if you go with us with our core capabilities for 4G and CBRS, we use our evolved packet core. Or if you go 5G, we have certainly more robust functionalities that are standards-based, which certainly addresses the needs of 5G and higher performance and things of that nature. But all this will provide you with administration, security, optimization of your spectrum, and also all the devices you have on there. Now, mind you, one thing is we can have 100 concurrent users, but you can have as many people as you want to in the database of authorized users. So just some examples of our product applications in fixed wireless. We actually are working with Power Intel and talking to different co-ops. So we have the 5G small cell, but we also have the LTE small cell that we can leverage into the different coverage areas. We were told that some of the carriers in Canada are shutting down 3G, 4G, so we could effectively tie into their existing core and also deploy some of our base stations. Utilities, agriculture, transportation, where you effectively are out in the elements. All of our systems are weatherproofed, very rugged for outdoor deployments. And as you can see on our slide there, or our device there, you can connect up to a lot of different capabilities, as I mentioned before, satellite, fiber optics, coax, or what have you. And then from rural and underserved areas, we feel like we can deploy CBRS or even CBRS with satellite to be able to provide capabilities, and even having that in rural and underserved areas for the municipality first responders to have their own private network to provide support. And again, back to our mobility solution, and this is one of the big advantages that the Department of Commerce saw that we had as a huge differentiator. There are certainly products out in the marketplace, but I think if you look at ours versus other people, we're very compact, ruggedized, and even the military uses it across the globe in the form factors we have right now. Some actually want it painted differently as what we have right now, but you can see I'm working, see these different components here. I'm working at Camp Pendleton, the Marine deployment and different organizations within Camp Pendleton. Also talking to fire and rescue, sheriff department here in San Diego. So they're very interested in doing that. We actually had just showed our 5G backpack in Australia for interoperability of multiple armed forces, if you will, in Australia just recently. And certainly having the same form factor can be put on ships. So you can have a situation where ships can actually be able to communicate when going into port. The port administration can actually communicate back with them, tell them where they need to go, and also be able to get their what they are carrying on their ships and see what the manifest looks like before the ship even comes into port. So a lot of different applications. So oil and gas, we have through some of our past projects, whatever, we actually are able to deploy these systems out there. Again, going back to where a lot of oil and gas operations have been Wi-Fi based. We're able to collapse that and put them in a cellular network so it's more easily communicated or easily supported and maintained. And with that, we can pretty much put sensors out there, which we work closely with a company called Multitech. So they have all kinds of sensors, but they also have the gateways and what have you on the access points to get, they utilize lower RAN mostly for that communications. And then on the backside of that, they go CBRS and they can connect up to us for backhaul. And we can be able to put on whatever systems you have out there, cameras, pumps, actuators, and have the sensors that are supporting those devices. And certainly some of the major benefits of having this coverage is reducing truck rolls and having boots on the ground to be able to go directly into areas as opposed to being able to do remote monitoring. And then also building out the alert and notification capabilities through a private network. Then another set of use cases we have is there's a huge wave going around smart cities. So part of that is certainly public transportation, traffic management, all these different things, along with the ability to tie in to different smart lighting, smart camera systems that we can deploy out there and then have all that information. We're in a position now to leverage analytics, artificial intelligence, and machine learning, which we can actually build out dashboards for for these cities on what's going on in their municipalities, along with also tying in different things with emergency management, their police and 9/11 integration, and then at the same time is be able to see what's going on, take the analytics from there, and be able to provide processes that are unmanned and are automatic through these processes. So that's municipalities, but these kinds of use cases can actually be deployed in the field also for public safety, and also the ability to track assets and be able to have it where you can see up front if anything's being stolen or misuse or what have you, and also uses evidence with the insurance companies when there is a loss. Universities sort of think about this from what's going on from a campus perspective, which could go pretty much applied in a lot of different areas, but universities are very much into breaking down the digital divide, providing broadband across the whole student population and faculty, and also be able to provide coverage capabilities where there is no signal. And along with this is the safety perspective. So a lot of places are dark or even no communications. So public safety, we were seeing that there's some riots going on. So the ability to provide what is happening on site during those activities, and be able to prevent that spreading, or even just having the on campus police be able to respond accordingly. And then real-time surveillance, back to public safety. So we're able to actually design the smart lighting, smart camera scenario, and also aesthetically have the corresponding smart poles to go along with it. Some of our current projects are Smart City, also Farmington Hill, Greeley, Conway, and also Bowie State, along with a bunch of other universities. They're looking to historically black colleges are very interested in our technology. So there's both smart cities and also universities. Ontario were down selected for being able to privatize, if you will, communications, bring in a private network at Ontario Airport here in California. But also at the same time, we're seeing a lot of uptake, interest in airports across the country, and also ports. We also provided capabilities for the architect of the Capitol. So now for emergency and crisis management planning, they want our devices to be able to have out ready to use, deployed at any moment, if you will, if a crisis happens in Washington, D.C., especially at the Capitol, which also includes Supreme Court and Library of Congress and the campus thereof. We are a award recipient of Sourcewell. I'm not sure if that matters or not, but that's another alternative way for procurement. We're close of getting a GSA schedule. And then the Colorado Department of Transportation, we did a bunch of pilots for them to have deployed cameras traverse over our private network to go back to the NOC to be able to provide video streaming up and down the highway, as opposed to having to pay Verizon on a monthly basis, which only has a certain level, a threshold. So once the Department of Transportation hits that threshold, it goes into buffer mode, and now there's no more video streaming until that buffer gets diminished. So there's a lot of different projects that are going on right now, and we're talking certainly of several projects with PowerIntel. And just some other examples of how we're tied together and can interoperate with other devices and from other manufacturers. We've validated and tested different solution sets. As you can see here, our backpacks is total mobility solution. So the Annette mobile ad hoc network capabilities allows anybody from any of those devices to be able to communicate. Otherwise, it sort of goes in a daisy chain scenario. And you can see that Starlink and Thales, we have been able to interoperate with the cellular or satellite companies to provide, as I mentioned early on, be able to take this solution set and turn up cellular service within 5 minutes, tie that into Starlink. In 10 minutes, you have cellular service for 100 people plus internet connectivity. And this can be deployed anywhere, anytime. So that's where I'm talking to fire and rescue, sheriff department, and also Marines at Camp Pendleton. So anyway, voice data, all is available right now. And we also have some software that gives you already set up, configured for push to talk, radio capabilities to voice, video, communications, and data streaming also. Ready to go. The next slide, sorry. This slide here is not only from a municipality, but also the Department of Transportation sort of had the same kind of setup. But this is smart lighting, smart cameras, smart sensors. We have a device right now with that unified light head, which already incorporates one of our 5G system modules in there, which has been deployed in several locations, including Brazil, for a 17 city rollout. They're at 4 cities right now, and performance is just really good. And we were selected over other manufacturers based upon our stability and cost factor, if you will, as I mentioned before. So this is something we can deploy anytime, anywhere. And with that, this is a huge marketplace. As you can see, over time, it's in the billions, certainly dollars. Private networks taking off, O-RAN, 6G, 5G, all those different things. And we feel like we can hit the marketplace being for enterprises and organizations like your critical infrastructure customers in oil and gas, utilities, what have you. So anyway, we welcome you to join us to hit the marketplace here. We definitely want you educated on what we have available as opposed to other products you're already familiar with. So hopefully through this, we educated you with our capabilities, and certainly we work closely with Power Intel. Power Intel is the distributor of these products, and we will work with them to provide whatever solutions you guys are looking for, including bringing in our other strategic partners to provide a full solution set for you and your customers. With that, I think we were open up for questions. We did have questions before. We'll get answers to those. And then from our standpoint, today, myself, George Selekman, VP of Sales at Eucast Global, and Gus Vasilakis, VP of Sales, Partnerships, whatever, in Canada. So he's a very busy man, but we're here to support you. Just let us know next steps. Thank you all very much for your attention, and look forward to delivering world-class solutions for you and your customers.